You've probably seen the headlines. Learn to code in weeks, land a six-figure salary by next month. Sounds amazing, right? It's noise. And if it's left you feeling confused or a little bit hopeless, I want you to hear this. You are not behind. Getting into tech can genuinely change your life. It's given me a level of freedom and impact I didn't think was possible. But it doesn't happen through panic learning or trying to master everything at once. It happens through direction. Most career changers get stuck in the overwhelm trap. No clear roadmap, so they try to learn every tool at once and end up going nowhere. That's reactive learning. You see a trending post about some new tool and feel like you have to drop everything to learn it. That cycle will exhaust you. In this video, we're moving past the hype. We're talking about role clarity, business value, and how you actually get hired in tech. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What's the one thing that's currently stopping you from taking that next step? I also want to address the elephant in the room: AI. There's a lot of fear that AI is going to wipe out junior roles entirely. The reality is different. AI isn't replacing the human element, it's augmenting it. It's making strategic thinkers even more valuable. Companies don't just hire you to type, they hire you to solve problems. And AI is just another tool in your kit to do that. Let's talk about where you're starting from. You might feel like you're coming from zero, especially without a computer science degree, but your past life is an asset. If you've managed budgets, projects, or people, those are transferable skills. Real ones. You just need to translate them into tech language. And that's the differentiator that helps career changers actually stand out. I created the Tech CV Decoder to help you do exactly that, highlighting the impact you've already made in other industries. Without role clarity, you're driving without a map. You'll spend months learning things you'll never actually use. For most career changers, there are 3 realistic pathways that actually leverage your existing business experience. The first is business analysis. A business analyst is the bridge. You're the one who understands what the client actually needs. You translate those needs into requirements for the tech team. It's about logic, communication, and strategy. No coding required. In a typical day, you might facilitate a workshop to understand a new business process. You're asking why a lot. Then you'll document those requirements, so the engineers know exactly what to build. You're the keeper of the vision. The key skill here isn't technical. It's stakeholder management. Managing expectations, keeping everyone aligned. That's the job. The second path is data analysis. If you enjoy solving puzzles and finding stories within numbers, this is a really powerful role. You'll learn tools like SQL, and once you understand the data, you can show the business exactly where their value is hiding. While you'll use tools like Tableau or SQL, the job is really about answering business questions with evidence. That's the core of it. A data analyst might spend their morning cleaning a data set, and their afternoon presenting a breakthrough finding to the CEO. You're helping the company stop guessing and start making evidence-based decisions. That is massive business value. I know it feels risky, and it's easy to compare yourself to people who are already years deep into their tech careers. UX is where structure meets empathy. You aren't just making things look good, you're making them work for real people. A lot of UX is actually research. Talking to users, understanding their pain points, and testing your assumptions before you build anything. You'll move from sketches to wireframes to high-fidelity designs, iterating based on what the users actually do. The primary skill is empathy. You have to be able to step into the user's shoes and advocate for them at every stage. You don't need a 3-year degree to get into these roles. Companies are shifting their focus towards proof of capability. They want to see your portfolio. They want to see that you've done the work, even if it was through certifications or self-study. The no experience trap is real, but you can build experience through personal projects and case studies. I talk about this a lot. My guide, How to Break into Tech with No Experience, shows you how to document these projects so they actually count as experience. Changing your life through tech starts with understanding where you fit, what employers are actually looking for, and what to focus on first. The How to Break into Tech with No Experience guide helps people stop panic learning and start moving with direction. It's in the description box. I advocate for the 1-hour rule. 1 hour of focused, high-quality study every single day will beat a 10-hour weekend burn every time. Consistency builds muscle memory. It keeps the concepts fresh and prevents that relearning phase every weekend. Burnout is the biggest killer of career changes. Treat this like a marathon. Pace yourself and focus on the long game. Give yourself 5 to 8 months. This is a life-changing shift, and it doesn't happen overnight. Trust the process. Your study environment matters too. Find a space that's calm and free of distractions, even if it's just for that 1 hour. Don't feel like you have to pay for expensive boot camps. There are incredible low-cost routes if you're willing to do the research. Let's move on to the hiring side. Because even with the skills, you still have to get past the filters. Often, it's just a lack of clarity. Companies hire for business value. If they can't see the value you bring in 5 seconds, they'll move on. Whether you're updating your CV or your resume, lead with impact. Tell them what you solved, not just what you did. You might have heard of ATS, the systems that scan your CV. They aren't looking for buzzwords. They're looking for relevance. That's why I focus the Tech CV Decoder on impact. It helps you restructure your story so these systems and human recruiters take notice. A lot of people are more qualified for tech than they realize. The problem is usually positioning. The Tech CV Decoder was created to help you translate your existing experience into language recruiters and hiring managers actually understand. It's linked in the description box. Your projects act as your proof of capability. They show that you can actually do the job, which is more important than a degree. In the interview, your maturity and business context are your biggest strengths. You aren't just a junior, you're a strategic thinker. Most jobs aren't even posted. They're filled through the hidden job market, through referrals and relationships. Networking isn't just about asking for a job. It's about learning the landscape and getting into the room before the job is even posted. When you're on LinkedIn, don't just apply, connect. Find the people doing the job you want and ask them about their day-to-day. A referral is worth more than 1,000 cold applications. It builds trust before you've even spoken to the hiring manager. I'm curious. Which of the 3 roles we've discussed today sounds most like you? Drop it in the comments below. Trying to break into tech can feel isolating when you're figuring everything out alone. That's part of the reason I created Tech Careers Network on School. It's a realistic space for people navigating tech careers without the confusion or pressure to pretend you already know everything. I'll leave the link in the description for those interested in joining the waiting list. The Tech Careers Network is a great place to start having those conversations. It'll help you immensely once you secure your role, surrounding yourself with the right people while you're still figuring things out. I know it feels risky, and it's easy to compare yourself to people who are already years deep into their tech careers. But your background is what makes you unique. I've written a guide, How to Break into Tech with No Experience, which can be found in the description box, to help you bridge that gap. We also have the Tech Careers Network on School. It's a space for people on this exact same journey to support and learn from each other. You don't need expensive boot camps either. As I've shown in this video, there are incredible low-cost routes if you're willing to put in the time and research. Practical learning is about building things. If you're into data analysis, find a dataset and tell a story with it. Visualize the value. If you're learning SQL, write queries that solve real-world questions. That's what you'll be doing in the role. Transitioning into tech is a life-changing move, but I don't want to sugarcoat it. It requires discipline and a real shift in mindset. You'll often see entry-level roles asking for years of experience. Don't let that stop you. It's a wish list, not a requirement. The most valuable thing you can bring to a tech team is the ability to ask why. Why are we building this? Who is it actually for? Role clarity is your foundation. Once you know your direction, everything else becomes a lot less overwhelming. This is as much a mindset shift as it is a skill shift. You have to start seeing yourself as someone who belongs in this room. Surround yourself with people who are already doing the job. Their perspective will help you stay grounded and realistic. Remember, this is the long game. You're building a foundation for the next few years of your career. Take it one step at a time. Focus on actionable advice. What can you do today? Research a role, update one bullet point, or send one connection request. The Tech Careers Network provides that direct link to people who have already made the jump. Leverage their experience. The principles of role clarity and business value are evergreen. They don't change with every new tech trend. Focus on them. Strategic learning is about ignoring the noise and focusing on what actually moves the needle for your new career. You solve the experience paradox by showing, not just telling. Show them your projects, show them your logic, show them your value. Your maturity is an asset. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Businesses need people who understand how to work, not just how to code. If you're a data analyst, you're a storyteller. You're translating rows of numbers into a narrative that the business can act on. Learning SQL is often the first technical hurdle. But once you've cleared it, you've opened up a world of possibilities. In UX, user testing is where you find the truth. It's about being humble enough to let the data change your design. For a business analyst, requirement gathering is an art. It's about listening to what they say, but hearing what they actually need. A good BA saves the company thousands by ensuring the tech team builds the right thing the first time. That's your value. You don't need a perfect schedule. You just need a consistent one. Find those pockets of time in your day and use them. Sometimes the most important thing a community provides is the reminder that you aren't alone. We're all on this journey together. The skills you're building now, communication, analysis, empathy, are the ones that will still be relevant 10 years from now. Combine your new skills with your existing business knowledge. That's the formula for a successful career change. So what's your next step? I don't want you to just watch this video. I want you to actually take action. Spend 30 minutes today researching one of the roles we discussed. See if the day-to-day actually excites you. Then, take one bullet point on your CV and rewrite it to lead with impact. Tell us what you solved, not just what you did. Finally, reach out to one person in the Tech Careers Network. Ask them one specific question about their journey. Remember, tech is a tool for change, but the real change starts with you. It starts with your commitment to the process. A year from now, you could be in a completely different place, but only if you start today. Just start. Your journey into tech doesn't have to be a source of stress. It can be a source of hope and massive personal growth. Take that first step today. Research one of these roles, or reach out to someone in the network. Just start. Join me in the next video as we continue helping people break into tech, stay in tech, and advance in tech. See you there.